and you'll get a pop-up when I start the recording. So hopefully you'll stay on. And then, so my process is I'm gonna share my screen in a moment. I'm gonna put the links while I'm talking. If I can do two things at once, it'll be better than this morning. That's for sure. And oh, there's that one. I guess I have to re-find the other one. Yeah, see, I know I still can't do two things at once, apparently. So yeah, my process is we'll talk through the Tangle, and I share my version of the step out, and then the originator's version of the step out, and which usually has samples, and then you can figure out, well, how do you want to do this? Just do it straight and play with it. The objective is playing with the Tangle and exploring it and having just as much fun as you could possibly have with it. And then the other part is you can either follow me or mom. Mom likes to get extra creative. I don't. Sometimes I do. So I did black, and I did, so that was extra. But anyway, all right. Let me get this link in there. So I share both links, and then I'm a little bit behind. If I look at all of the calendar, I'm way behind on getting these recaps out. But I'm on the recent ones. I'm only like, I think one behind. I have to see. But anyway, I will send out all of the links to the replays, links to the quickie video that I'll do after this, and any other cool information. So let's see. So who else? Let's see. Oh, and Wendy. Well, congrats in April. She's gonna go. Nice.
She's going to go in April?
Yeah, to the CZT training. Sometimes I think they should. I might have put it on that survey they sent out a while ago that maybe they consider doing a different training for for those that want to teach and those that just want to have the experience or something.
Well, and sometimes you're not sure if you want to teach or not. When you went, did you think you were going to teach? Well, you probably did because you already taught music and everything. So
yeah. But so congrats in advance. And Joyce is having trouble with the connection. We have rain here, so fingers crossed that everything will go.
Yeah, storms and everything.
Yeah. All right. So sharing my screen. So we're gonna do Pezember. And like I said on the earlier call, when I was looking through, and I look at the pictures first and then I read later. And I was thinking, I had September in my head, and I was thinking, like, sometimes people say Peschetti or probably, and add syllables and sometimes subtract some. So that's what I had in my head. I'm like, oh, this will be perfect. We'll do it in September. But it really was for December, but that's okay. It's a really, really neat tangle. Oh, Jen, you're so silly. And just to let people know, so if you're, if you think about it, they do have the scholarship thing, the Zentangle Foundation. So check that out. And let's see. All right. So this starts, if you have done W2, whether you liked it or not, it starts off like W2, the Tangle. So we're going to start off with a grid of squares. And then this part is the part that's like W2. So you pick a side. For this, you start with the outside. And in the step out, we're going in columns. I mean, if you want to turn your tile and go in rows, that's up to you. But so we'll start with a straight line connecting the first two in the column. And then continuing down, it just alternates outside, inside, or whichever way you want to, whichever way you have it angled, top, bottom. That's what goes through my head when I do it. And then the next column, you're doing the opposite. So as you see, this is on the outside or the left. So then this one is going to be on the right. So then you just have that. It's like, or you think, this is how also I think in my head. Wide, narrow. I'm not real complicated some days. So then that is as far as it goes as being like the Tangle W2. And I didn't mention, this is from CZT Peter Fruehwirt. I'm guessing that's how it. I didn't. A lot of times I'll look up pronunciations and see if I can come close. I did not do that on this one. So the next step is to aura. And as you can see here in the red, so we started on the outside. So we're going to aura that outside and underneath the box. And then the next two boxes, so it's kind of like we're pairing them up. So we're putting, so then the next set, we're auraing up, above that box and then going down. If it continued, it would have then, gone under like this one. And then following the same pattern here, we went on the outside, so that we're going to do the same thing. So if that makes sense, we're just, following it as we did, but we're auraing. Then we're going to aura on the inside. Yeah. So as you see, we have this empty space, on either one. So then it's the same process, auraing on the inside. As I said earlier, it might be easier as we watch if it's being confusing, although I'm not being nearly as confusing as I was this morning. And then the last step is kind of like when we do like Celtic knot type of tangles. So you see right here, we're going to connect, we're going to do two little straight lines connecting underneath these. And this one, as I was looking, it's only on the sections where it's narrow. So I'm looking back at step 4. So you see, in the middle we have narrow, then thick, then narrow, and those are the sections that we're drawing those connecting those lines, and then we can play. And I had mentioned earlier, if you want to fill in the boxes, you can. If you don't want to fill in the boxes, don't worry about it. I use it as a course correction to fill in because my grids are usually horrible when it comes to boxes, and so then I can adjust them and then I fill them in. I'm going to see how good I can be. And then Mommy had a good suggestion this morning. And did you do? And you're going to do it again?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm using a graphic 3 to make big rectangles. Squares.
Yeah. So if you get rectangles. Yeah. Rectangle, square. Yeah. If you get it, I found it somewhat of a challenge to you have to put it down right and then just pull it enough so that way you get it just how you want it. Okay, so here is the tangle on Tangle Patterns, and I shared just so that way you can see. You can see my outcome, but here's Peter's outcome, and just to give you some ideas on finishing the outside. So like this one, he has a different number of tangles of boxes on the outside, so it can just be all nice squares. I was thinking earlier, Diane said, that first it seemed hard, and then all of a sudden all she was seeing was Celtic knots. I'm like, no, they're Celtic squares. I thought about that after. That's what they are. And then this one, where he decorated some of the insides of the frames essentially that we're making, and then did some decorating on the insides, and then took some of the where he would normally maybe connect the box, like here, and added muka fronds to it, and like here he just left it open. So that's where you can have just as much fun as you want to have with it. And if you just want to do it straight just to play, that's probably what I'm going to do again. But I know some people had ideas, and they did they wanted to put the muka in there, so they did it first and then tangled around it. This is where it's entirely up to you how you want to play. Just like I just want to almost maybe sit and watch Mom do this in the round.
No, I have a feeling it's going to be something that nobody wants to see.
It's going to become a different tangle. That's all it's going to be.
But I could, looking at his one square, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And that's the other part is experimenting. I need to add that. We're exploring, experimenting, whatever you want to do. It's great. I'm looking for what pen I want to use. Yes, and sometimes we just watch Mom to see what she's going to do because I think I'm going to use I don't know. Well, since I don't have that pen handy. I'm tempted to do that. I have to get better at placing that graphic 3. Or oh my goodness, look at leak.
What?
It's leaking.
It certainly is.
How does that happen? Okay, you. Bad pen. There we go. I don't understand. Oh, although I'm going to take that back. I think I'll use the graphic one. And last time I started in the center, it ended up okay. But I'm looking at his one. Did I stop? Oh, I just stopped the printer. Okay. All right. Let's see if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did 20 on that one. I think I'm going to do my best here. Come in a little bit. See if I can do 4 evenly. Oh, maybe if I do it this way. Yeah, they never end up, I have this nice space and then it gets crunchy down towards the end. So these will end up being filled in. So I can adjust. And then one of the things that I end up doing is as I'm putting the lines down, I will just I need to just practice. I've done this before, or I just practice grids. Look at I should just make it wonky and just leave it at that. But anyway, I'll just draw straight lines, and then because I know I'll probably fill these in, then like here, if I draw a straight line, well, I'm going to miss this, but then I can fill it in before I get to the next steps. That's just what I want to get out. Is that's a good course? Wow, course correction. And when your hand gets away from you, it's all good. All good. Okay. But I think I'm going to wait till after I do this part. Okay, so what am I going to do? Okay, let's do it this way. If it matters. Doesn't matter where you start. Just pick a place, right? All right, so here's outside. Top, bottom. Well, I should have started the other way. No, can I still? No, because I made the line. All right.
You got to move your card up a little and get your
There we
hand out of
go.
the way.
Let me move that back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and recommendations, start where it looks the weirdest. So that way, just like, oh no, not there. Inside. I'm here just to give everyone hope. That is my job.
If Heather can figure it out, anybody can figure it out.
That's right. If I can make it look
Heather
halfway
can
decent,
do it.
Right. Actually, maybe I think I'm going to use this graphic one just for the lines, period.
Well, I switched to that too because to make the lines more obvious, and also it helps. Oh, I see. Yeah, you got one floating out there.
Yeah, because I'm like going, yeah, okay, because there's like, I'm like, well, why did that was the one I was laughing at, because I'm like, what, how? It's
I
all
just did
good.
that too.
It's all good. Well, that's why I mentioned, the course correction, because like here, so it's like, well, I'm gonna fill it in. So there's the box. There's the fill in. But I usually wait till like this point before we do the next steps, because this way it's good. And hi to Barsha.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because this is really the foundation, and so what as you get this nice and good and tidy. Well, I have to make. Who is it, Cassie? Were you asking? It's like, well, when you goof something up and then you make your line thicker, then you have to go back and make them all thicker. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't just do that. We do. It's all. Actually, I could color these in afterwards.
Ah, look at how that turned out.
Oh, neat. And now she's done.
I'm done. I can go home now.
That turned out neat. And you kind
I
of
got one more to do. What?
Oh yeah. And so you kind of angled the little square / rectangle.
Yes, I did them going this way. And then I should have decided if I wanted to make these other lines straight or curved. And so some are straight
No,
and some are curved.
no,
It doesn't really matter, does it?
no.
Now,
No.
I'm
And
gonna
actually, as
take
I'm course
one
correcting,
step further. We'll see what happens now.
right.
I'm just gonna keep turning. This goes to here.
But I can finish this part later. So, and actually, well, we'll just see. Okay, so and what we did earlier was as like leaving this this open. So I'm just gonna, am I in? Yes. Gonna aura, and of course decide how I'm gonna make my aura maybe a little bit thicker than I did before, and then we're just going in like that. I'm leaving this open because I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do with it afterwards. So maybe I'm gonna turn it into something, or if not, then there's a way to close it off. But this way you can see. Right. Actually, I'm just thinking maybe a better way to explain the order of orating is we're doing the first two. I don't know. I'm always thinking of, well, what's a better way to explain something. And then, too, kind of as I'm going, I'm also neatening up these boxes so that way, hopefully, these lines are at least a little bit closer than what they were. So that way, when we get to the aura-ing part, or the connecting part, then then it really gives the impression that we've made interlocking boxes. And then they say the other thing that I've just reminded myself of is just being careful of, because of doing a lot of coloring in, and being cautious of the ink. See, and as I'm looking at it here, it's like I almost want to, I'm taking this line and I want to line it up here, hollow bowing this whole section, because eventually, because in the end, we're going to do those extra lines. That's something to just keep your eyeballs. All right. I think there's a point where you can't really adjust those little squares anymore. All right, so then the inside. Oops. And yep, I am now more convinced that I need to maybe do this almost sideways so that way I can be aware of the opposite side that I'm going to eventually be connecting in the last step. Oops. One more. Okay. And even at this step, although it's oh gosh, Mom, that looks all complicated.
It's different.
Yeah. Although, let's see.
It wasn't that hard. I mean, to do it in a circle like this, I think I would have had more. Well, no, I don't know. I should have maybe made them smaller, but I like it big. It's looking very steampunky to me.
It is. It is, because all of a sudden, leaving out the connector parts, it's like, oh, look at that is an interesting. Just leaving it like this with two boxes, it kind of look like it makes me think of buckles for some
Of what?
reason. Like here, it looks like buckles.
Looks like what?
Buckle, like
Oh, a buckle. Yes.
I'm thinking pilgrim hat things. That's where my
Oh,
brain went, and I don't know why. Like this, I
I
don't know.
don't know why either, Heather.
We don't. The way my brain works is a mystery most days. But I mean, so you could do just a border like that with two, but what you did was good too. Okay, Deborah. Well, thanks for joining as far as you did. And and if you're not on the Facebook group, if you want to email me, I'm putting it in your finished work, then I will make sure to put it in the recap at heather@tangleaddicts.com. And I need to remember to email it as well as post it. I had it's just one of those extra step things, but anyway, so that's neat. All right, so now to the connectors. Yeah, so as I mentioned, yeah, it's just in these thin places, and I'm going to start with this outer, trying to picture that's all. It's like we're doing hollow bow after the fact. And eyeballing, well, actually air drawing just to get it connected. And here, Then I get them all. Yeah. Yes. So then it's a matter of, oh, what to do from here. Besides, as we look, you can fill them in with whatever tangles that you want. You can, yeah,
do decorations in the middle.
Yeah, and Mom is doing the coffering. I was thinking of that because that is rather neat. Oh, and you're doing more of all of the sections.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could keep going, but I don't think I'm going to.
And I haven't decided how I want to have anything growing out of it. But I can do that last. Let's see. Oh, but wonder how it would look if I use the gray. Only one way to find out. Oh, and which is this one? This is the 10. Oh, or having a different thought. Okay, that's where it went. Might.
What? I picked up this pen. I thought it was white. It's gold. How would I do that?
I don't know. And actually, I'm going to carry this box out. I'm gonna end them this way.
Well, I might have to continue with it. It's okay. I just
Or
thought
at
of
least
something else.
on the edges.
It will be neat.
It will go with the whole steampunk.
Yes.
Okay. And let's see, I need to go back and look at something. Oh, might not work. Might. Okay. Yes, Catherine. Yes, it does look amazing. It does indeed. Although, maybe, well, I liked what Deb did earlier, and I was thinking, well, I could use where I thickened on this, and it was kind of just on the one side. And maybe, why not? I'll just go for it. And I can always color in the insides with something that covers up, that goes over black. So I can further adjust things. So I'm just going to thicken, I'm just thickening the one side just a little bit. Everything. I shouldn't turn it, but I did. Actually, I'm doing the left side and the bottom. I'm thickening. hopefully just of everything. It's kind of looking nice, I think. Now I just need to do more. Fingers crossed. And if not, then it just goes into the transcend pile.
Yeah.
or transcend. So whoops, I was sliding off the camera because I'm. Maybe if I just move my chair, boy, that's a brilliant idea. And finding places like, well, do I need? Oh, I need to do there. Oh, I need to do there. Oh well. Oh, it's kind of popping. Oh, and then I put away all my gel pens.
That looks good.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's kind of getting that pop look that I was. That's what I was going for. Well, and I don't have to use pens. Ooh, but I could use metallic-y pens. That's well. Let's see if they're behaving. A minute. Oh, it does look like a Ferris wheel. Jen says it looks like a Ferris wheel.
It does.
Like
That's
from
what
the
I fully intended. I thought right away, I want to draw something that looks like a Ferris wheel.
Okay. Who are we? We're talking about Cassie. Were we talking about on? You got new pens, and I said just use them. Don't let them hang around for years. Here's why.
Put a giant uh, Bronx cheer where you think you made a mistake. Because there are no mistakes.
That's right. Exactly. Just don't worry about it.
Half the time, if you do something that you think is wrong, don't bring it to other people's attention.
Right.
Because half the time they won't notice it. Just,
That's right. They just say, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing! I could never do that. I can't draw." And you just go, yes, you could, and thank you." And then you snicker to yourself because you fooled them. They don't know, and it's true. Oh, thunder.
Yeah, we had some earlier.
I like that. Okay, you are behaving nicely. Let's see if I can make this one. Oh, yeah, let me turn over my tile so that way I can before I'm sure that that is all dry. Not so bright on my part. That one needs to try you. Ooh. Ooh, very nice. Okay. That one a nice the hot water soak did rescue some of my pens. I have to think of if it's a color that I really like, I could always that the nice thing I like about Dick Blick is you can for the most part order individual colors. It just depends. They did not have the graphic 2 and 3 separately. They just had those in a kit, but Joann's had those in the open box. Buy those because I wanted to just see. Because that other color, I really like that purple. See if I could just buy that. I don't feel then I feel more empowered throwing it away or something. Oh, that looks neat, Mom.
Thank you.
And if you had like there is a bronzish color. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Maybe I'll just do because that would add to that steampunkiness. And then on your corners, are you just kind of you're picking one side on the corners there inside
Yes.
the ring to do?
And I'm not real on all these little like rectangles. I'm putting it all on the if I were to move it around, it's always on the right side, even as I go around
Okay,
as much as possible.
that makes it easy.
And it doesn't mean that it matches up like it's supposed to in other
Hmm.
places. I'm just not worrying about that because that makes it too much like you know what.
Yeah, too much like art. Can't have that. And for those that don't know, that I have to. I should make a list of here's the inside jokes for when you join them. Kind of our internal test of when something's just a little bit well, too hard, then we lose our the we don't want frustration. Don't that is definitely not zenny. See, and as just as I was complimenting this pen, it's deciding I can feel it like yeah. You see how much I have in here. Okay, we're gonna be stingy. It was being nice and juicy. coming back. Thing with these gel pens, I have to remind myself is light touch. Just tickle the paper with it. It's not like a regular ballpoint pen where you just mash it as hard as you want to. These metallics are so nice because they go right over that black, and so you can further course correct if need be with them. Maybe that's what it's not. Maybe I'm hitting something and it's just not liking it. So, and I can't remember if I did it during the color after. It's like, so Mom, I put a little paper towel and I folded it up with a little binder clip, so that way I'm just, I can just swirl the tip in, and then
rather than mess up the corner of your paper like
it's yeah, well, and mine too, but I think that the
works
texture,
better.
Yeah, the texture of that, it does seem to make it work better, and then I can just refold it when one side gets a little messy. Two colors. Keeping it simple. Yeah, and here's where it really needed, because that and sometimes I shake them like a old-fashioned thermometer, and that seems to, oh, look at that, well, that woke it right up.
What kind of pen are you using now? A metallic?
Yeah, Jelly Roll metallic. Sometimes you have to flick it like a mercury thermometer. It's deciding it feels like it's being a. Oh, thanks, Catherine. Yeah, and I like Celtic squares. That's that's a good analogy for these. Yeah, really, so once I was hesitating. So I was like, I don't. Is this worthy? Is this tough enough for a Tough Tangle Tuesday? Because I know some of them I've been, where I thought, oh, this seems hard, and then it really wasn't as hard as it seemed when I first tried something, and then. But I think it's a pretty good fit. Sometimes it's just the tough part of, oh, I gotta concentrate. Are you kidding? Oh, come on. All right, thanks, Catherine. Yeah, and it is a little bit, on the tough side, especially I mean, the planning out of, oh, let's make sure that these fit, and even that, I mean, even though I have some that are not exact, but it's close enough.
The toughest part is drawing all those little squares.
Yes, I agree. That's my hardest part. Although I might have to play with this and see what would it look like if we did crazy Pezember. I don't know. Oh, and you might have been gone already. I said, well, because it's like W2, and because W2 is like Huggins, and actually, say, Shulamit, are you on? No, I think yeah, we were talking about. Oh, that could be interesting, and it could, because it's similar concepts. So I might have to play with that. Now, I think if I want to add any graphite to this, maybe on the sides that I did. Let's see, let's look at the time. Oh my gosh, 2-minute warning. Wow. I have for those that knew at about 5 minutes until is when I've been working to make a stop, and then we'll take for anyone that wants to share what they did, and we'll take a screenshot. But I was kind of doing it more like right at the the time that I said that we're ending. I'm like, oh, I need to be a little bit more respectful of everyone's. I don't like it. Needs more pink in there somewhere, so I'm gonna have to do something. Oh, but wait, I have an idea. Or maybe that one, and blue. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cassie, yeah. Go home, Pezember. You're drunk. Well, how many can we turn into that? I was just sharing that tangle earlier with someone I was talking to. So neat. All right. Well, let me ask you. You were doing shading. Well, let's see. If this is shadow is really going this way, so what I put. Well, if I don't like it, I can just put it all the way around. That's my story. So I'm using, if I can find my blue Tortillion. Oh, that's what they spilled. Maybe. Started. Have to finish it. But I am super excited to see what everybody did. Oops. All right. That looks neat. That is really, really neat. Oh, I could have alternated that. Well, I don't have as much red here as I thought. So everybody, I think is like seriously zoning in on this. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of goofy. Oh, let's see what it looks like big. Oh yeah, it just looks like I made a mess. All right, very good. And Yeah, Catherine says, Bob, you did a tough to the third power.
It really wasn't that hard. You just have to kind of concentrate on where the lines are going.
Yeah. But that's hard. The whole concentrating thing. Oh. Wait a minute. Like, which way did I do this? Oh, I see what else. Okay, I see the things I need to do. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what everybody did as I'm fixing a couple of things on mine. Don't know if I like the pencil that I added, so I'll figure out something else to do with that. I don't know. Oh, so here, nice. Nice, nice. All right. Oh, very, very cool. Oh, and I like Sharon did kind of well in this. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, and Linda did similar. Wait, you guys in the same room? You both did well in the center of those. Is it? Oh, because I brought up well. Did that help? I'm thinking, how y'all are on the same wavelength? That's just wow. Oh, wow! Look at hers. Oh my gosh, these are amazing. All right, well don't let your hand fall off. I will. I'll let you know when I'm ready to snap it. We have one. Oh, we only have 27 on. Okay. And whose is not finished? Okay, Cassie. We'll let you off the hook. Oh, and Marcia, you did that rounded. Nice.
Yeah, I did. Mine's not finished yet. I'm still adding in some green and pink.
Yeah, but that's neat. All right, so this is everybody. Oh, there's Shulamit. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so hold them. Oh. Can't see. Yes, and Rosemary, I don't know if you have yours.
Where's Karen's?
Up or not.
I don't see
Karen. Oh, and let me get
on.
Oh, let's see, Lynn on and gone. Say, hold on one second, guys. This is some coming and goings here. And it's if you can't get it on, I'll put my email in there, and you can always email it to me, and that way I'll add it. But all right, we'll hold them steady because I don't want to keep everybody for too long. Oh, there's Rosemary, gorgeous. And for whatever reason, Lynn, it's not cooperating. All right, we'll just hold them steady. And
lost her connection somehow.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to grab it.
She's got that circle that's circling.
Oh, okay. I grabbed it. And yeah, webcam not working. Okay, I got what I could get. And let me share my screen. These are amazing. Share. And let me scooch it up. Yeah. That way we can get most of it. Amazing. Love it, Rosemary. Yours looks like metal. It's so awesome. Okay. Got them. And I'm going to, while we're looking, I'm going to put my, at tangleedits.com. Okay, Marcia, you have a good evening too. And all right, so I put my email in the chat. So if you want to email me with yours, and then I'll make sure that it's in the recap. And oh, this is so funny. So Zelda, you're in here twice, and one with the weird camera, and one without. It looks neat with the
Oh my God! Yeah, I wanted to do that.
That's so cool. These are fantastic. Inez, I like yours with the little. You put like print tops in the centers of those.
Yes, I did. I was congratulating myself on how well I had gotten, and then looked up and realized I had made a couple of mistakes. But we won't mention those at all, because you know
No.
I'll fix it up.
That's right. Yeah, because there aren't any. It's just wonderful. So, and then yeah. Yeah, see, it was, Julia, we were talking about that, so she's got her picture up there, and she started with some huggins, so neat. And I like how Chow did that Muka coming, or Muka fronds, I will say. And doing that first, and then doing this around it, that takes a lot of thought. It was hard enough.
The other way to do that is sort of like I did this morning when I did that over and under band going through. Fill it in, you know.
True.
Where it goes over some lines, just color it in solid.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly could do that. Yeah, so if you think about it after the fact, just make sure that you're filling it in. And I love Jen's background. Wow. Or did you do that all in the same time? Did you do all of those print tops? Because it looks like a prepped tile. So neat. Yeah, and I said,
the color is prepped because she posted this afternoon that there's the one I did this morning. That she was prepping a bunch of tiles and wanted to know. I can't remember what she asked. The only thing they were all real vibrant colors like that. And all I thought was she could dilute the colors a little bit to make them softer, so that when you tangle on them, it shows up better. But I like the vibrant colors too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you could have fun with the white.
Yeah.
Like, if one of those, if you wanted to, putting some of that white in there. Oh, neat. Yeah, and she did, prepped tile. Very nice. And and so it's only been an hour, and I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I was talking about early. I was like, you guys, how do you do that? That's how. Oh, so
I like how it goes from the white to the black, with the white on the black and then the black.
Yeah.
I like that. That's neat.
Yeah, and Tammy's, so that looks like a I'm trying to remember what was it called? Started with a B, but it's not that. It's just, it's just a border with like shattuck, straight shattuck in there. Super neat. And and well, maybe after I'm done, I don't know, maybe I'll try that cough ring, or I don't know. I need to bring out my little shadings. I need to do something different with it. I'll just end up doing the whole background or something. That'll be the fix. So, very, very.
That's what we should have, when we were painting our bags.
Yeah.
Instead of throwing that paint away, we should have plopped it on some plastic and socked it up with some tiles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next time. So yeah, all so neat. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to the recording.